Welcome back to another video on Requiem-01R, the channel where I dive into Resident Evil. For this video, I wanted to talk about cut content. Apparently, there have been leaks and reveals on several plot lines that were cut from Resident Evil Requiem, and the one I wanted to discuss in this video is the plot that would have taken Leon's infection further. Again, I'm not sure how much of this is true, but there are two parts to this. One, Leon was apparently supposed to be able to use Grace's blood injector, and for his part of the campaign. It seems the blood injector would have been able to craft injectors to alleviate the spread of the virus in Leon and offer temporary enhancements or upgrades. Now, what these upgrades could be is unknown, but if we look at the Leon Must Die Forever DLC minigame, we can assume that some of the enhancements could be what ended up in this bonus content. It can go either way, but I can see why it was cut, especially with the blood injector being an element that makes Grace's campaign unique. I could also see if they made it an option for New Game Plus, or like some of the mods that have allowed a full Leon campaign, which, as funny as some of the videos look, when you have Leon with Grace animations, it would have been interesting nonetheless. The second plot point that is suspected to have been cut is the moments where Leon is affected by the infection, leaving him delirious for moments, hindering him from concentrating and fighting. We see this towards the end of the campaign, but apparently this was supposed to be extended and happen more frequently. While some fans already complain about this in the base game, I think this would have added to the game. Hear me out. I know it makes gameplay tedious, waiting for the symptoms to subside, but I do think this concept pulls elements from Outbreak but ultimately enhances it. And if you think about it, it makes sense for the story, as it is a major plot point and what drives Leon back to Raccoon City. Suffering from RCS or Raccoon City Syndrome could have been displayed more throughout the game. And if not through Leon's campaign, maybe it could be showcased through other survivors of the events in Raccoon City, again Jill Valentine, or even Carlos. Side note, previous Requiem theories on whether we would encounter Nikolai, as he was left behind in Raccoon City at the end of Resident Evil 3, but that's a plot that Capcom hasn't revisited. Either way, I do think it would be cool to see different levels of the Raccoon City Syndrome, and if Zeno is infected and shows superhuman abilities similar to Albert Wesker, maybe there is a world in which Capcom could expand what we saw and show the various degrees of the infection and how they would manifest in each character. Not like we haven't seen something like this in Resident Evil 6. Piers ultimately injects himself with a sample of the enhanced C virus to save Chris, and we get to play out the end campaign as the mutation gives him bioelectric powers. Now, it does make me wonder if a fight with Zeno was cut. Would Leon's infection allow to face off with Zeno? Would it be interesting to have this type of fight during the campaign? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Also, there are other plot points that was also cut, which I will visit in another video. I guess as development goes, Capcom wanting to deliver Resident Evil Requiem in February of 2026, we can suspect there was a lot left on the cutting room floor, so that there weren't any pushbacks. And with news of upcoming Resident Evil releases, it makes sense Capcom probably wants to stick to their release schedule. Well, if you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and stay tuned for the next one.